Hi everyone, welcome back to Grandpop's Make Stuff, video number 3. Gosh, I'll be celebrating when we get number 10. Anyway, just a quick update on what's been going on. Obviously, everything is still a bit chaotic with the move in hand, and yeah, I'm definitely not going to be doing any more sewing until we get ourselves settled in our new home. I have therefore decided to pack up the sewing machine, make it all safe and sound ready for the move. So that's been done, and I'm starting to get other bits boxed up, ready to go. I've realised I've got a lot more fabric than I thought, because I've got a whacking great cardboard box full of stuff. And I've been buying more. Yes, I've been out this morning, met up with a few mates. We meet up on a Thursday morning for a coffee and shoot the breeze, and it was really good. And then afterwards, I got a fabric shop in the middle of the town where I live, and I can't help but go past it, and I bought some stuff. What I bought, I was thinking of this. It's a pattern that I downloaded yesterday for a tote bag. Now, they describe it as being intermediate in terms of difficulty, but I've read it through and I think I can manage this, and I'll tell you why. They are very detailed in their instructions. Let me just show you quickly. Some special instructions at the top there, list of what you're going to need. And then when it gets onto the actual instructions, as well as something written, you got some pictures. So you know what you're supposed to be doing. You know what it's supposed to look like. I mean, this one where I've got my finger and thumb there, there's the yellow dotted lines just telling you where you've got to stitch. I mean, how easy is that? Another thing that they will talk about is the straps. And you have a choice, vinyl or fabric. And there's a different set of instructions for each of them. So they've covered everything. And it goes on right the way through, talking about the pocket linings, everything. And eventually when you get to the back, excuse me for looking down, when it's all, get to the point where it says it's all finished, after that, templates for all the pieces. Now, as I'm likely to be making several of these, what I'll probably do is cut them out and put them on a piece of card so they're a bit more stable, save me having to print them off again and again. So yeah, that's probably what I will do here, because I do plan to make more than one, and I'll explain why in a minute. Oh, just something worth bearing in mind. Do follow that, where you've got your 2-inch test square down there. Make sure it is 2 inches. When I printed it first off, it was slightly smaller, and I found that with my printer, if I set the print size to 104%, it comes out perfectly. Your printer may be different. Your may be right first time, but do check it. It makes life a lot easier, especially when they're talking about a set seam allowance. You'll be finding things aren't going quite right, perhaps, especially if there's a big difference. But that's a little tip that I think is worth doing. Just checking it out, make sure it's all okay. So I bought some fabric a little while ago from the indoor market in Plymouth. There's a guy called Steve who runs a stall there. His selection of fabric varies. It's usually good value if you can find what you're looking for, and I saw some stuff that I thought would make a nice bag. I bought it before I downloaded the pattern, so that's one I'm going to do. But I got some other stuff this morning, because I went past the fabric shop, as I mentioned, and outside they have a bin where they have some square meters of fabric. They're probably ender bolts, I guess. I bought 2 of these. I'm hoping I will get a bag out of each of them. I bought 2 just in case. And if I don't, then I can always use what's left of the second square meter for something else. Going by what it says on the pattern, I think I might be lucky. And what I've done for that one, I've also bought as a contrast, as you might have noticed from the picture, there was some vinyl on there. I got a kind of faux leather fabric of vinyl bit of faux leather to go with this one, because this has got some nice grey flowers on it. I thought that would work. I don't know what you think, but it seems to work for me. So that was that one. I got those two. I then picked up these two. I really like this. This is really bright and cheerful. I guess maybe inspired a bit by that one, because that is pretty bright and colourful. And then because it was blue, I got this sort of bluish grey one to go with that. So that's what I've got there. Again, I can't start it at the moment anyway. Not just the sewing machine being put away. There's a few other bits that I'm going to need. I've got quite a selection of zipper tapes, but I will check to see what I've got that would work with this. If there isn't anything, I'm going to need to order some. But also I'm going to get myself a little gadget. Little gadget, it's quite big actually, for installing the rivets on the handles there. And like I mentioned in my previous video, anything to order that's going to get delivered, I'm going to wait till we're moved in for that, just so that there's no crossover, because yeah, it's all progressing, it's all moving forward. Fingers crossed we will be getting the keys in about a week and a half's time, just under 2 weeks time, somewhere around there, as long as there's no hiccups. They've given us a provisional date, but they will confirm it the week before. So we're waiting on that. So sometime next week we should get a confirmation that either that date is on, or they're going to have to push it back a little bit. I doubt it'll be by much, because I think we're pretty much getting there. So that's what I have got that for. So that's something I'm looking forward to. Other material I got with bags in mind. Now this was something that Grandma helped with. Earlier in the week, we're out looking for curtains for the new flat. And the store we went to, again in Plymouth, not the day I went to the market, that was before that. I'm always thinking about buying fabric. Yeah, and I need to start making stuff, or I won't be able to move for fabric. We bought the curtains, and at the back of the section within the store that we went to, they had a setup for made-to-measure curtains. And we kind of passed through it, and Grandma spotted this package with 5 different fabrics in it. I'm guessing it's like ender bolts, curtain fabric. Some of it's quite heavy, but overall I wouldn't say it's any heavier than a denim really, at worst, except for one. So even so, it's not that bad, and I think it would make quite a rustic sort of bag with the fabric. It's really quite nice. I'll show you it in a moment. But there was this one. This one's quite light actually, so it's very similar in thickness to these ones here. So that one I think would work well. If I was to do the bag that I've got there, finding a contrasting fabric to make it work would be good. We'll see on that one. Could work as a liner as well, perhaps. This is the one that's the bit heavier, but I love the pattern on this. I could see that bag with a nice burgundy faux leather. There's dark blue in there. That might also work rather than a black. It is a dark blue, very dark blue. At first glance, yes, you could mistake it for black. And there's some lovely sort of browns in there as well. So yeah, there's choices there. Oh, oh, excuse me. Choices there on that one. This one is a sort of a bluey grey. Again, thickness wise, not much different to this, but it's got a lovely texture to it. It's very tactile, like that one. This one's a little smoother, looks similar, but it's more of a grey. But again, would work really nicely. This one also has got a bit of texture to it, this brown one, mottle effect. Yeah, I did have the brown, it was a brown faux leather I got from the market. Would it work with that one? Yeah, possibly. Possibly, we'll see. But there we go. That's what we got from there in this package. Now, as I hinted, the special bit about this was the price. You're not going to believe what I got for this. I mean, it did say that they were at least half a metre up to a metre. I think the smallest one on here is 3/4 of a metre. And there's one of them, there's definitely more than a metre's worth of fabric in there. There's a lot here. It's obviously the full width of the bolt, so it's well over a metre wide. It's not the square meters like this. Now, I paid £5 each for these. I paid £5 for the whole lot of this. I mean, what a bargain. So next time we're in Plymouth, yeah, I'm going to pop into the store just to have a look, see if they've got anything there. Because, yeah, wow, what can you say? It's awesome. Yeah, that's a bargain. That's a great find. So, yeah, that's really where I'm at the moment. I am going to do some more videos between now and when we move in, and it's again going to just be talking about plans for future projects, give you a hint of what I'm doing and what I'm planning on, just to keep things ticking over. And then once we get settled, I'm going to get on with making stuff and letting you know how I get on with this, how I get on with the patterns. Like I said, for these, I mean, none of it's sponsored. I do think these are really good, and I can tell you a bit more about getting them. You can order them direct from their website, but it's all in US dollars. So if you've got a bank like mine, they charge you exchange rates and fees and stuff because it's been purchased effectively abroad. But they do it through Etsy as well. A little more expensive that way, but you avoid the conversion fees and things like that if your bank does them. So yeah, choice is yours on that one. Bag Stock Designs, like I say, I'm not being promoted for it or anything like that, but I do think they're really good, especially for beginners, because the patterns are detailed. And even if you've got experience, there's not going to be any mistakes made along the way. There's not going to be any misunderstandings. And even though that one is intermediate, I do feel I'll be able to tackle it. I might have to take my time over some bits, simply due to lack of experience, but I can't see that I'm going to be getting it wrong. As long as I read it carefully and follow it to the letter, it should work. I can't see that it wouldn't. But yeah, the next thing will be to actually make one and see how it all pans out, which would be great. So I'm looking forward to that. Like I say, that's going to be at least 2 to 3 weeks away before I start. And I've got a couple of other things that I've already got on the go, which I would like to finish first anyway. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see on that one. So yes, I'll give you an update as and when there's anything else to say and what I've been sort of planning on. Yeah, that's it for the moment. So I'm going to sign off now. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.